Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is a very special night. I am your host, True Crime Stories, and our Halls of Horror tonight is, you guessed it, a birthday stream. I am 28 today, and I wanted to pick something that was kind of special to me. So, I'm chosen to talk about scary stories to tell in the dark. Now, if you're not familiar with this trilogy of books or trilogy of stories. They came out in October of 1981, with the author being Alvin Schwartz and the original illustrator Stephen Gamble. These books stood out to me because I don't know if y'all ever had, or you're old enough to have had a book fair when you were at school. But when I was in elementary school, we had what was called the book fair every year or so, and I saw this particular book series in it. And little dumb me, at a young age, decided, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna get that. I don't care. And, so I did, and it ended up having the scariest fucking drawings I've ever seen in my goddamn life. To the point where, oh my god, some of those things were, just the pictures alone were ridiculous. This book ended up turning into two others, and all three of them, I would say, have a really good illustration, and the stories are really fucking creepy. Welcome, Mike. Mello, thank you for dropping by. Hey, QAR and Luna, thank you guys for coming and saying hello. I really appreciate it. But let me show you exactly what picture got me to get this book. Yeah, you see that? That's fucking creepy. I don't know about you, but that's creepy as hell. That is so damn creepy. And they just got worse over time with how creepy the pictures were. But the main trilogy was Scariest Stories to Tell in the Dark, which is that first one. More Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, which came out 3 years later. And then another set, Scary Stories 3, More Tales to Chill Your Bones, came out in 1991. So there were huge gaps in between these books. And regardless, those things were so freaking creepy. That stuff just kicked my butt. And this was popular enough that recently it became a movie. I don't know about it being a TV series, Luna, but it was definitely made into a movie by, that was, I believe, either directed or produced by Guillermo del Toro, and that came out in 2019, which I'm going to stream for everybody later on tonight once this particular episodic podcast is over. But I'm gonna go ahead and start showing you guys some of the artwork and reading some of the stories that I really freaking liked. So let's go ahead and get into that. Now, please tell me that isn't creepy. You can't tell me that's not creepy. Holy shit. It's so fucking creepy. I don't know what to do with myself. Sorry, you're seeing me fix some stuff so I can see y'all while I'm talking. But that's just one of them. Look at these pictures. Like, you can't tell me that those things aren't fucking scary. Like, look at that. If you looked out your window and looked at that, holy shit. These are just from the first book. Aw, boo, they changed the picture on this. Why? Why? I think I don't. Ah, no. I'm gonna have to go find the actual Herald picture for you guys. But there are a few that are extremely well known, and one of those is Herald. So let me find that really quick, and we can go from there. Because, I mean, you have to look at that. Look at that shit. How can you tell me that as like a 10-year-old, even younger than that, you wouldn't be scared out of your goddamn mind? That's scary. But that's Herald. If you're wondering why some of these are different, it's I can't help but laugh and empathize because in 2011 they had a brand new illustrator to make these images less spooky. Like, I'll show you a couple examples of that. This is what the new cover art looked like. That in comparison to that, it's definitely not the same amount of creep factor at all. Oh god, it's not the same at all. That doesn't spook the shit out of me at all. That, yeah. Another example is, this one I think is the Red Spot, where, I'll have to read that for you guys, but basically, a spider lays a sack of eggs in a girl's face, and they ended up growing and spouting out of her face. And this like Herald is one of the ones that are it's very popular and from the first book itself. Here's another example where they made it less spoopy. What is this anime shit? Look at that fucking picture in comparison to that one. Here, I'll zoom in for you guys. Look at that. Look at the difference. That's fucking creepy. That's anime. Don't fucking at me. It's completely different. And, like, here's another one. This one's Mitai Doti Walker, and this is from the second book. Also, one of the more famous ones. Like, that's scary. No. That's not scary. It's a doggo howling at the fucking moon. Like, no. It's not spoopy. It's not spoopy. I actually have, before I get into these stories and start reading them for you guys, I have a funny little story regarding this particular book series. I used to have the old books. I don't remember how old I was exactly, but I remember being scared shitless of these books at some point. And I read through them one night, and I was just so terrified being in the dark, I couldn't help it. And then a red shoebox falls down from inside the inside the closet. Thank you for the happy birthday, Trey. It's good to see you. A box falls out of the closet, and these pop out. These are vintage Beatles dolls. Yeah. That's creepy. I don't care. Those things are fucking creepy. Those things fall out of the shoebox. And little old me gets so fucking scared. Hey, thank you for stepping by. Really appreciate it. But these things fall out. And my little kid ass throws the 3 books in with that shoebox and these guys, wraps it in duct tape as much as I can, and goes outside and dumps this shit. Like, those things would have been worth a lot of money, but 10-year-old me getting scared out of my fucking wits looking at these things. Got rid of them. So the first book after that little true story, I'll go back more into the actual book series. The first book has 12 stories in it, all of which are pretty damn creepy. And this is where most of the adaptations for the movie come from. There are some other ones, but I'll go ahead and pull up the main ones so you guys kind of have an idea of what exactly you're getting into later if you do decide to come watch the video or the movie with me. But we'll start with Harold. This is the first story, Harold. And it tells you a little bit of what it is. The Scarecrow is a scary story about a farmer who builds the scariest and most hideous of all scarecrows to take care of his farm. That's just the start. So let's go ahead and hop into this story here. There was an old farmer in Arizona who owned the best farm in the area. Everybody said his crops were the best, and people came from all over to buy their goods from him. Whenever people asked him how he was able to grow such good quality crops, the old farmer would say it was all down to his scarecrow. In the original, it said it was all down to Harold. Obviously, they changed it, which is a bunch of shit. That old scarecrow is the one I have to thank, said the farmer. He makes sure no crows or critters or pests come near my crops. The old farmer built the scarecrow himself, and it was a fearsome sight. He spent months working on it to make it as scary as possible. He knew how important it was to keep pests away from his crops. So he gave it enormous straw arms that stretched out about 6 feet and big, long legs that made it as tall as a tree. But the scariest thing about this scarecrow is the head. The farmer carved it himself out of a huge pumpkin. He spent countless days and nights perfecting his design until it was perfect. Sorry, my brain hurts. The scarecrow's face and head were so grotesque and ugly that even he was sometimes scared to look at it. But it was very effective, scaring away every rodent and bird that ventured near. The neighboring farm was owned by 2 young men who were brothers named Josh and Harold. There's that name for you. They were lazy and never did much work around the farm, which resulted in their crops being bad. They were jealous of the old farmer's success and were plotting against him. If they could drive him out of the business, they could take over his farm and make more money. You see where this is going? Pretty sure. So one night, the brothers decided to sneak onto the old farmer's land. They stole his prized scarecrow and brought it back to their own house, where they stuffed it into an old closet so nobody would ever find it. The next day, the farmer woke up to find his hideous scarecrow missing and all his crops being eaten by rats and crows. He fell to his knees and cried, knowing that his farm would soon be out of business. Meanwhile, the brothers, Josh and Harold, were watching from their own property and couldn't help laughing out loud when they saw the old man's tears of grief. What assholes. Hearing the laughter, the old farmer came over and asked them if they knew what happened to his scarecrow. The brothers looked him right in the eye and said they had no idea where his precious scarecrow could be. But you know I'll go out of business and have to sell my farm if I can't find my scarecrow, said the farmer. Josh just laughed in his face, saying, That's just your tough luck, isn't it? Sucks to be you, giggled Harold. The old farmer started walking slowly to his house, his head hanging down in defeat and depression. That night, as Josh and Harold had trouble sleeping, not because they felt any remorse, but because they couldn't get the image of the scarecrow's horrible, twisted face out of their minds. They decided they would never be able to sleep as long as that ugly pumpkin head was in their house, so they got up and dragged the scarecrow out of the closet. Harold took a baseball bat and smashed the scarecrow's head to pieces until all that was left was bits of pumpkin strewn around the floor. The brothers swept up the pumpkin pieces and threw them in the trash. Then they went back to bed and were soon fast asleep, having put all thoughts of the disgusting scarecrow face out of their heads. Sometime after midnight, Josh and Harold were awoken by the sounds of scratching and clawing at their bedroom door. "Did you forget to put the dog out?" asked Harold sleepily. "We don't have a dog," stammered Josh. Suddenly, the bedroom door burst open and a solitary long straw arm snaked in through the opening. Then a second arm thrashed around, followed by two long stick legs. The two brothers were frozen in fear and could only look with horror as the headless scarecrow's body rose up on its long stick legs and its long arms reached out for them in the darkness. Harold felt a cold, sinewy straw claw close around his ankle and screamed as loud as he could. He begged his brother Josh to help him, but Josh was already running out of the bedroom. Fleeing in terror, he ran down the hallway, crashed through the front door, and out onto the moonlit road. He ran as fast as his legs could carry him, puffing and panting and screaming at the top of his voice. As he passed his neighbor's house, he saw the old farmer standing at his gate. In the moonlight, he could see the farmer just staring at him with a strange smile on his face. Josh kept running, his bare feet slapping against the rough gravel road. He glanced back over his shoulder and saw something that scared him to his very soul. He saw the scarecrow running along the road close behind him. It was gaining on him, coming closer and closer. And it wasn't all he saw. He noticed that the scarecrow had a brand new head, and it looked a lot like Harold. So that's the first story that's really prevalent from this particular set of books. If anybody's read these, they would know this story pretty well. I think I'll go with the next one, and this one just gets everybody, and that's the red spot. It's pretty short, so it's not a big deal to read over. One night, a young girl was sleeping in her bed when a spider crawled across her face. It stopped for a few minutes on her left cheek. Then it was on its way. When she woke the next morning and looked in the mirror, she noticed a red spot on her cheek. "What's this?" she asked her mother. "It looks like a spider bite," her mother replied. "It'll go away, just don't scratch it." Soon the small red spot grew into a big red boil. "Look at it now," the girl said. "It's getting bigger." "That sometimes happens," the mother said. "It's coming to a head." In a few days, the red spot was even larger. "Look at it now," the girl said. "It hurts so much, and it makes me look so ugly." "We'll have a doctor look at it," her mother said. "Maybe it's infected." But the doctor couldn't see the girl until the next day. The night she decided to take a nice, relaxing bath. As she lay soaking in the warm water, the boil suddenly burst. Out poured a swarm of tiny spiders from the eggs their mother had laid in her cheek. Like, come on. That's scary as shit. Like, a spider bite turning out to be a sack of little baby spiders that come out, and you get this right here. Like, fuck that. Fuck all of that. Fuck all of that. Big Toe was another one that's really, really popular. Also was adapted in the movie. This one's kind of similar to a lot of other stories, but look at that picture. That's fucking creepy. And this was, I think, the first story that was in the book, if I remember correctly. I don't like. The Big Toe. One day a boy was digging in his garden. Then he saw a big toe sticking out of the ground. He tried to pick it up, but it was stuck. It wouldn't budge. So he pulled as hard as he could, and it came out in his hand. Then he heard something groan and scamper away. The boy took the big toe into the kitchen and showed it to his mom. That looks like... that looks a nice piece of meat. Like, ew. Ew. Your kid pulls a big toe out and brings it to you, and you're like, ooh, we're gonna put it in some fucking soup and eat it. Why? I don't understand. That night at the dinner table, the boy's father scooped the big toe out of the soup and chopped it up into 3 pieces. That's gotta be a big fucking toe. The father, the mother, and the boy each ate a piece. Then they did the dishes, and when it got dark, they went to bed. The boy fell asleep almost at once, but in the middle of the night, he was rudely awakened by a strange sound. He listened closely. It sounded like there was a voice coming from outside his window, and it was calling to him. "Where's my big toe?" it groaned. When the boy heard that, he got very scared, but he thought, "It doesn't know where I am. It never will find me." Then he heard the voice once more, only now it was closer. "Where's my big toe?" it groaned. The boy pulled the blankets over his head, which I would have done, and closed his eyes. "I'll go to sleep," he thought. "When I wake up, it'll be gone." But soon he heard the back door open, and again he heard the voice. "Where's my big toe?" it groaned. When the boy heard footsteps move through the kitchen into the dining room, into the living room, into the front hall, they slowly climbed the stairs. Closer and closer they came. Soon they were in the upstairs hall. Now they were outside his door. "Where's my big toe?" the voice groaned. The boy watched in horror as his bedroom door opened. Shaking in fear, he threw his bedsheets over his head and listened as the footsteps slowly moved through the dark towards his bed. Then they stopped. "Where's my toe?" "You got it!" That's the initial ending, but there is a alternate ending, apparently, that I wasn't aware of. So when the boy hears the voice for its toe, and he sees a strange-looking creature by the chimney, and he's so frightened he can't move, he just stands there. A trip down memory lane. Oh yeah. This is some old school stuff here. But whatever. It's like it looks like the that alternate ending is like a Little Red Riding Hood thing. What you got big eyes for? To look through and through. Look you through and through. Sorry, I can't read. What have you got such big claws for? To scratch up your grave. Edgy, edgy, edgy. What you got such a big mouth for? To swallow you whole. What you got such sharp teeth for? To chomp your bones. That's edgy. I'm sorry. That's kind of dumb, but I like the initial one better. That second alternate ending is just a little too weird, in all honesty. Here's another one that's high beams, and it's basically a young woman going out for drinks one night, and on her way home, there's somebody following her, and I'm pretty sure you could figure out where that goes. But I want to at least show you guys like the pictures, because these pictures are fucking insane. That's not. No, they changed it. I hate you. There's the hook, but they pulled that one off again. But that's the original, the hook. It's really creepy. Hey kitten, how you doing? Please tell me they kept bloody fingers. Yes! Look at that. Look at that. That's fucking gnarly. Holy shit. I'm sorry for cursing so much, but this stuff is creepy. Like, seeing that in a book, oh yeah, I lose my damn shite. The babysitter. They probably changed this one too. Yeah. I think that one's basically the whole When a Stranger Calls thing, where, have you checked the children? Kind of thing. Or whatever. A drum. Here's another one right here. I think this is kind of like a La Llorona spin-off story, but some of these are a lot scarier than others, and it's kind of creepy. No, that's not fun. That's not cool. Come on, show me the Viper. Yes! Look at this little gremlin. Look at this scary little fuck. What is that? What is that? Yeah, 80s and 90s. First one was in 84. Last one was in 91. But as a kid, you look at that and you're like, whoa, what the hell? Oh, these are just ridiculous. Oh my god, look at that. Spoop. Big ol' spoop. Holy cow. I've forgotten how fucking creepy some of these are. The Dream. That one's just kind of, like, creepy. Just not... I did that one earlier. I'll go back to it again, just for you, kitten. But that's... Oh my god, it moves! Holy shit! Did you see that? Was that just me? Oh god. Oh god. It moves. It's a GIF. I don't like it. Go away. There you go, kitten. This red spot. I read that one out just a little while ago, but that's... tasty cakes. So far, the one that's creeped me out the most is The Dream. That's creepy. What is that? What are those? What are those? Like, just, like, imagine being a kid seeing these images and your parents have no idea at first. My parents didn't even remember these books, and I know I had them. That's just creepy. What the fuck? Oh, I'm just showing everybody the creepy pictures. One of them was a GIF and I hated it. Me, Tai, Do, T, Walker. That one. I heard a lot. Like, many times I've heard that one. It's fucking ridiculous. Burning Feet. Not all of them are, like, scary per se, but some of them are just fucking creepy. What is that? What the fuck is that? What the hell is that? I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Oh, that's creepy. Just Delicious. Just the name alone creeps me the fuck out. Why? The guests. I think what creeps me out the most about this is just the style it's drawn in. It's almost minimalistic in the amount of detail that's in it, but it's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like everything's in kind of a fog, and that kind of creeps me out for some reason. Somebody could probably explain it better than me, but holy balls. Cold as clay. Mummy. It's a mummy. Or a jerky snack. Whichever you want to think it is. That's creepy. Is that blood? I think that's blood. I don't like it. Yeah, they're fever dreams for sure. Absolute fever dreams. It's... oh my god. The stories aren't necessarily scary. I mean, as a kid they are, but it's mostly what made these scary was the pictures. Like, those pictures freaked everybody out. I don't know one person when I was growing up that wasn't afraid of these. Something was wrong. Yee. Like cat's eyes. Yeah, that's pretty creepy. I wouldn't want that looking at me in the middle of the night out in the fucking darkness. Hell no, I don't want that. The Appointment. That's cool. That's not creepy. That's just cool. You gotta have death somewhere in these. Death is everywhere, man. Yes, I have. I'm actually going to show that in my Discord later, Conv. Because I haven't seen it in a hot minute since it was out in theaters, and I want to watch it again. And I know there's a lot of people that I hang out with that haven't seen it. And I think for a PG-13 horror film, it was pretty well done. I was freaked out in some aspects of how they adapted these stories. Good shit. Oh my god, you can see the little eyes. Ah, the window. Ew. The white gown. And then there's apparently a bunch of, like, little short stories that I don't think I ever read that came out later with these. But I love and hate the artwork. Like, what? Jesus. Cargo ship. What? You can't tell me that's not creepy. You cannot tell me it's not creepy. What the hell? Jesus Christ. While I'm at it, I'm gonna give you guys... Oh, the art is definitely amazing. For sure. Let's go back to this so you're not looking at my DMs and shit. I'm gonna give the invite. Pop it in the chat. So if you're not in it and you want to come watch the movie tonight, you are more than welcome to hop in. But, Jesus. I don't remember that one at all. I don't remember that one. Not one bit. Fucking creeper. Dancing skeleton. Oh god, please tell me oh my god. I don't like it, guys. I don't like it. I really don't like it. Let's just get away from that picture. Yeah, let's do that. Hey, medic. Yeah, I don't... Okay, that's not so bad, that's creepy, but that last one just scared the shit out of me. I was not expecting. Hey, Kales. Hey, Alex. Thanks for coming by. And just saying happy birthday anyways. Makes me feel good. Nah, I don't like that either. What the fuck? What the fuck is that? That's some weird-ass elephantitis shit. The fuck is that? What the fuck is that? I have no idea. I don't know what to call that. Little black dog. There's no picture? Screw you. Ugh. Such things happen. Oh, I remember this one. Ooh, I remember this one for sure. Kind of creepy, but not as creepy as, I mean, some of the other ones. The other ones, fucking spook. Ring on her finger. That's just ambiance scary right there. Some of these I'm just gonna skip by that don't really... Pupper! Pupper! I wasn't expecting it, but the pupper. Puppercino. Oh yeah, it's like this weird... Oh, look at that gator. That's some SCP shit. The art is great. I hate that they changed it in 2011, but I kind of understand why they would change it. Because this shit would freak out kids. And I don't think kids these days would handle that well. In all honesty. A new horse. Oh, look at that! That's just funny. That's funny. Is he wearing high heels? Is that a high heel there? I think that's a high heel. What is that? Fuck is that? I remember that. That's pretty creepy. It's creepy you as an adult. Some of them, yeah. Oh yeah, I really did enjoy how well they adapted the stories, and they picked good ones. That's kind of creepy, but it's, oh my god, it's a furry. It's a furry. Ah, no. But yeah, Guillermo del Toro did a really good job at adapting this stuff. And I can't be angry at him for that. Oh, that's creepy. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I definitely got scared at a couple points. But what was really creepy was this sumbitch. The dream. That sumbitch scared the crap out of me. Oh yeah. Probably is. It's been a while since I've seen The Ring, so I can't tell you for sure. That's a fever dream. That's one hell of a fever dream right there. That's for damn sure. Attic. Some ambiance. I think. What I also really liked about the movie is how they wove everything together with its own little story. That was pretty cool. That's not creepy. Baseball. That's kind of cool. Da-da-da-da-da-da. But her song, that's kind of cool. I'll drive that. Oh, whoa. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. No. No, 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 no. Please, God, no. No. No spoop. No spoop. No, no, no. No spoop, Grandma. No spoop. Slithery D. I remember that. It's not really... It's too freaking blurred out to scare me. Teeth. That's not creepy. Come on now. And I think this is the last one. The Night That Rained. Yeah, that was the last one. But some of these were really fucking creepy back in the day. But if I was gonna pick the ones that were my favorite, I definitely liked Bloody Fingers. The Bride was a really good one. Nitai Doti Walker is probably my favorite. Just because it's... Come on. A story of a head falling down the chimney one night out of nowhere and it starts talking to you. I don't want any of that. No, I don't. I don't want any of that. At all. But this is like... you know what? I should probably... I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna pull up Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark trailer. And we'll have to, you know... oh god, what is that? We'll have to talk over it a little bit. But that's Harold. Say hello to Harold, everybody. Scary as fuck. I don't like it.
Some people believe.
Like, you see that in the middle of the frickin' cornfields. A lot of them are okay, but like I kind of said before, most of them were scary not because of the actual stories, but because of the pictures. The pictures are what made things scary as fuck. So most of the scariest stories are adaptations of other urban legends and stuff like that, so they're not really super scary. Maybe they are if you're a kid still, but now not so much. However, when they were adapted in this, oh yeah, I was scared. You bet your ass I was scared.
If we repeat stories often enough, they become real.
In the 1950s. is when the movie's set in, which is really cool. Oh, I'd run away too. I would run the fuck away. Yeah, that's not gonna end well. You don't antagonize Harold. That's not gonna go well. Just saying.
You want to see him?
The story they go with just the way they go about tying all of these short stories together is interesting. I initially thought it was just gonna be like, you know, those like Trick or Treat where there's little stories that kind of tie together somehow, but it's not one big story.
Okay.
They did pretty good at it though.
Who ordered the chicken?
No. You suddenly see a story in blood, and it's recently written enough to where you can smudge it with your thumb. I don't think that's a good thing. It's really good. And apparently they're gonna make another one release one end of the next year, I think. Don't know for sure, but I think that's what the case is.
Stella!
Oh, its name is Augie. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh no, his name is Augie. Oh my god, holy shit. Like, you're seeing some of the spoofs and how they adapt the stuff, but when you actually watch the movie itself, my bones do not like this. They do not like them at all. Dude, it wiggled. It fucking wiggled at us. That came out of her face. What? Yeah, I don't... some of this I remember, and I'm just freaking out. I can't wait to watch it again. I can't wait.
Book, where the stories write them.
What are you running from for our lives? From a book? It's a supernatural book. QAR.
And it all
Let me slow that. Let me get back to that so you can see the face of this fucker when he comes through the door. Yeah. Door opens and you see that. My ass is running away. My ass is running away as fast and as far as I can. I'm gonna take this off the screen because YouTube is telling me I might get in trouble, so I'm gonna take it off. Because I don't want my stream taken down. I really don't. Although I've been talking over this, so I would say it's fair use, I think. They probably are going to remake Cujo. They've already remade Pet Sematary. They remade it, part 1 and 2. They're probably going to remake a bunch of them. Hollywood's just on a kick like that lately. I wouldn't be shocked if they redid The Shining too, because we all know Stephen King hated the way it was adapted, even though it was fucking amazing. But that's basically scary stories to tell in the dark. I think I'm gonna bring some people in, see what they think, if they remember reading these. I think there was, but I don't know for sure, Kales. I agree with you, Kigara. They shouldn't mess with it. But, of course, people are dumb. And they want money. So, of course, they're gonna bring that shit up. But this is pretty much Scariest Stories to Tell in the Dark. And it's one of my favorite book series, if you want to go for something kind of nostalgic and creepy, but I highly suggest that you guys go look for it yourselves and read the stuff if you really want to get a feel of what that stuff was like back in the day. If I'm not mistaken, they also went and combined all three of them. All three of the books into one. Yeah, 3 books to chill your bones. It's like $10 for the hardcover, which is pretty good for 3 separate ones. The other thing I forgot is that there is a documentary on this series that I haven't looked at that I'm interested in looking at later. However, I'm more interested in watching the actual movie and getting scared again. So I don't know about you guys, but that's what I want to do. I'm going to throw the Discord link in here again. So anybody that wants to come watch, you are more than welcome to hop in my Discord. And I think I might close it out here. I haven't decided what I want to do next week, but I'll definitely keep you guys posted on Twitter, seeing as that's where I do a lot of my stuff. So, with that, have a good night, guys, and sweet nightmares. Hello?